Welcome back to a new video of Tech Recap. Our first news is coming from Apple. Apple announces new iPads and Apple Watches. The new Apple Watch Series 6 priced at $399 with a blood oxygen sensor. The company is also expanding the watch lineup with a more affordable Apple Watch SE, which will cost $279. Plus, there's a new iPad Air with Touch ID built into the power button. Also on 18th of September, Apple's all-new 8th generation iPad Series very first price cut to $299, which is $10 below the student price. Moving on to the next one, French video game company Ubisoft has announced to release remake of popular action-adventure game Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time next year in January. But the game will be developed by Ubisoft offices in Pune and Mumbai and is called Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time Remake. Moving on to the next one, Huawei is apparently working on a new futuristic technology that can make everyone's life a lot more convenient. The Chinese tech giant has patented a new laser technology that can fully charge devices wirelessly from a distance. But on doing a bit more research, it came to my attention that Huawei is not the first company to make this thing possible. Wechat is the first company to achieve this thing. Moving on to the next one, LG is showing no signs of stopping its innovative drive. Despite just announcing a new LG Wing with a unique dual display design, the company has now tested another smartphone which features an extendable display. Moving on to the next one, Google has officially confirmed an online launch event on September 30th, where the company will officially launch its next lineup of products including Pixel 5, a new Chromecast and more. Google's Launch Night In event is set to take place at 11 am on September 30th. According to an FAQ page, the event will not be live streamed to public. However, Google is promoting the launch on its social channels, implying it might be public after all. Moving on to the next one, in my last video we talked about lower pricing of Xbox Series X and Series S, which would destroy the sales of PlayStation 5. But now, PlayStation is going head to head with Xbox pricing. Sony's eagerly awaited PlayStation 5 will launch on November 12th for $499.99 alongside the $399.99 digital edition. Moving on to the next one, long-awaited iOS 14 and iPadOS 14 released on 16th of September. The minimized phone call screen is my most favorite feature from iOS and iPadOS 14. Do not forget to comment your favorite features. Moving on to the next one, the Commerce Department of United States have now announced the details of how it will enforce the shutdown of TikTok and Wechat. Plans to do so by September 20th over national security concerns. The news is structured along two dates, September 20 and November 12, with TikTok specifically getting an extension that not only keeps its operations up until after the November 2 United States elections, but leaves the door open for it to complete the deal with Oracle and partners take control of its United States operations. Moving on to the next one, Apple will launch its online store in India on September 23rd. Bringing a range of services for the first time to the customers involves the second largest smartphone market in over 20 years since it began operating in the country. The company currently relies on third-party online and offline retailers to sell its products in India. Moving on to the next one, Google has pulled the popular Indian financial services app Paytm from Google Play Store earlier on this Friday for violating its gambling policies. Paytm is India's most valuable startup and claims for 50 million monthly active users. Google said that Play Store prohibits online casinos and other unregulated gambling apps that facilitate sports betting in India. Paytm, which has promoted fantasy sports services within its marquee app, repeatedly violated Play Store's policies. Paytm's fantasy sports service, called Paytm First Games, was also available as a standalone app and it has been pulled from the Play Store too. But Paytm again appeared on the Play Store only after disappearance of 4 hours. Moving on to the next one. Facebook is again being sued for allegedly spying on Instagram users, this time through the unauthorized use of their mobile phone cameras. The lawsuit springs from media reports in July that the photo sharing app appeared to be accessing iPhone cameras even when they weren't actively being used. Facebook denied the reports and blamed a bug, which it said it was correcting for triggering what it described as false notifications that Instagram user Brittany Conditi contends that app's use of the camera is intentional and done for the purpose of collecting lucrative and valuable data of users that it would not otherwise have access to. Alright guys, this is it for this week's video. See you guys next week in another video. Peace.